Welcome to RBA Today, the Responsible Business Alliance's news channel. I'm your host, Laura Landau, and today I'm joined by the CEO of the RBA, Rob Leder. Rob, thank you for joining.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
Well, despite the pandemic, 2022 has been a very active year for the RBA and its initiatives. From hosting and participating in notable events around the world, to meeting with government leaders, to improving existing tools and standards, and launching new ones, to record membership growth. The RBA has been advancing on all fronts. Rob, what's next for the organization?
Well, as you said, it really has been an incredible year. And despite the challenges that certainly as an organization and our individual member companies had faced on the global health pandemic, we've had record growth, as you said. We've had record financial strength. Our members are more engaged than they've ever been. And so we're very excited about that. And we've been working really hard during this year to introduce new tools and services. Things like our RBA Voices. It's a tool we've been working on for a couple of years. Clearly, the valued role of worker voice in everything we do, from our audit programs to responsible sourcing responsibilities. It grows every day. It certainly is in sync with the attitudes and sort of the trend of our regulatory structures and frameworks that we're seeing around the world. And so we're excited to have introduced our worker voice tool this year. It has got both a worker voice, worker feedback tool where workers can share ideas and thoughts and, in fact, grievances with our member companies and their customers through the tool. It has an online worker learning academy. So there's educational modules in multiple languages for workers. And it has a very valuable worker survey tool that our companies can use to survey not only the factory employees, but also workers. And so that tool is available now. We're actually piloting it as we speak. And we really look forward to it. It'll be aligned with OECD requirements, aligned with certainly the UNGPs. And we feel strongly that it will meet the regulatory requirements that are going to be imposed on our member companies and their suppliers over the next year or two. So really excited to introduce that. As I said, it's in a pilot stage. We also are in the process of putting the final touches on a greenhouse gas management program. It's geared to work in the collective with our member companies to reach out to the supplier community, to provide those suppliers at the factory level with tools and services in terms of being able to accurately calculate their emissions and then being able to report it up through our RBA Online tool to our members so that they can use it for their Scope 3 responsibilities. That tool hopefully will come out in the first quarter of 2023. And that's going to be another huge announcement for the organization. And then last but certainly not least, we've been working on some time on a supply chain mapping tool that will allow our members to use this tool to map their entire supply chains all the way from their tier ones all the way down to the mines. It will allow them to attach KPIs to those individual suppliers in this tool, like audit information, risk assessment information, the greenhouse gas management that they can then use in the aggregate to evaluate their suppliers and their supply chain. So those three tools we've been working on in 2022, they'll all come to life in early 2023, and we're very excited to offer that to our membership.
Great. Thank you, Rob, for the overview. What a busy year. So I know that each year the RBA hosts its annual conference, and this year will be no exception. Can you tell us a little bit about the plans for this year's annual conference?
Sure, and it's hard to believe, Laura, that it's been since 2019 that we've actually had a true face-to-face conference. We've gone as most organizations have, we've gone to the virtual conference format. We've had record participation in that format, but there is no substitute for a face-to-face. So for the first time since 2019, as I said, that will be a hybrid format. We're encouraging companies to come to Santa Clara. And so far, we have several hundred attendees that have already registered for the face-to-face option. So it's going to be exciting to see everybody again after all this period.
Yeah, it's going to be very exciting to return to in-person events and kind of create that networking environment all over again. Well, the dates for the annual conference are October 17th to the 19th in Santa Clara, California, with the RBA members only meeting on Monday, October 17th, and the RBA conference on the Tuesday and Wednesday, October 18th and 19th. The RBA's Responsible Minerals Initiative will be hosting its event on Thursday, October 20th, with their members only meeting on the Wednesday, October 19th in the afternoon. So, Rob, what are the advantages of attending this year's conference in person?
Look, there is no substitute for peer networking and interaction and networking and building of friendships and relationships. But we understand we're also in the middle of a health pandemic. So we want all the attendees to know that we are going to have precautions in place. We will be encouraging members to wear masks in all the common areas. We will have self-test kits for all the attendees each day, and we're going to ask them to do self-tests before they enter into those common areas. Certainly, we'll practice social distancing in all our meeting rooms, and the aisles will be larger and the chairs will be spread out. So we want the attendees who do come face-to-face to know that those precautions will be in place. And we've actually had 2 successful face-to-face events already over the last couple of months. We were in Europe. We had over 200 attendees, as you know, Laura, that were in person, and it came off great, and members really enjoyed that peer networking opportunity. And then last week, we actually were in Mexico. We had over 100 attendees that were there for that face-to-face. So whatever option you pick, whether it's the virtual option or face-to-face, which we strongly encourage, we're looking forward to the opportunity to get together again.
Great. Yeah. And well, anyone who wants to learn a little bit more or register for the conference and members meeting, you can visit rbaconference.org or rmiconference.org. Rob, I know that RBA has planned to host a series of regional outreach meetings around the world. Can you share with us the plan for the rest of the year?
Yeah, and we're excited, just like we did the European one and the Mexican one, and now in a couple of weeks back in Santa Clara face-to-face. These regional outreach meetings are a very, very important part of the strategy of the RBA and reaching out to our member factories wherever they are around the world, and just as importantly, their key suppliers. And so the first week of December, the week of December 6th, we'll actually be in Bangkok, Thailand on a Tuesday. We'll travel on a Wednesday, and then we're going to be in Hanoi, Vietnam on the Thursday, and then we're going to wait over the weekend, and then the weekend of the 13th, we'll be in Tokyo, Japan, and then on the Tuesday, travel on the Wednesday, and then be in Seoul, Korea on that Thursday. So again, another opportunity to go back to pre-pandemic days and to go back to the face-to-face format. We're really looking forward to it. And hopefully it'll be a very valuable educational experience for the attendees.
Great. Well, thank you so much for that update and for being here. And we look forward to providing additional updates in future episodes of RBA Today. Thank you very much for your time.